What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. Today we're talking Week 14 Thursday night football. Raiders going to LA to play the Rams. And as always, before we get into it, go down, like, and subscribe, and drop a comment of who you think's winning. Pick a spread, pick some prop bets. We want to hear it. We'll even share it on the show if it hits. But as always, these are your hosts. I'm Paul. Pick a win. I'm Contra, and I'm joined with.
You already know, man. It's that boy Kev. Water boy, so boy. I got the Gatorade because I'm staying cool. You feel me? Keep my electrolytes right. But yo, Thursday night football, and this one has a chance to be a good one. A chance.
Maybe. I mean, there's no Stafford still. I'm not sure if Donald's going to play. And we know Cooper Cup's not playing, but the Rams looked pretty damn good last week with
They both
everyone
coming
out.
off. They both coming off a win now.
Nah, Rams lost to the Seahawks still.
Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. I'm thinking last week. Oh no, I'm lying. Them boys didn't win last week.
Yeah, nah, but they've been looking at least decent. Raiders though, two overtime game wins, one win last week where they beat the Chargers. And honestly, I'm not sure if they even went back home or if they were at home because the Chargers, another LA team. So, and with the Rams season, like you pointed out before the show, the Rams season's been kind of shitty. This might be a home team for the Raiders themselves, all the Oakland fans. Let's see. The line is right now set up. Raiders are favored at -6, 6 points favorite on the road. How you feeling this game here, Kev?
See the Rams versus the Raiders. So I think the Rams are dead. But the Raiders have been catching heat, and I think it's all from Josh McDaniels. That's their coach, right?
Yep.
Is Josh McDaniels on a hot seat? So he figured something out. Run that motherfucker with Josh Jacobs, and then if they stop the run and they want to put 100 people in the box, throw that bitch to Devontae Adams because you can't guard him one on one. These are facts. So they're figuring shit out. So this Raiders team is slowly becoming not only like one of those teams that's the same team that they snuck into the playoffs with last week, plus Devontae Adams. So it's tough. And this Rams team has been walking around with their second, third, fourth string quarterbacks. There's so many injuries, they're starting to run out of count. And we found out they're a really top heavy team because Jalen Ramsey and Bobby Wagner was over there screaming at motherfuckers to get on or trying to intensify the situation, the atmosphere that they're in to get right. But I like the Raiders definitely in this game because I just think this is a way better team. And I feel like at home there's gonna be more Raiders fans still.
Yeah, it's a short week also. I'm thinking short week, the Raiders, they still have injuries, but the Rams, they have major injuries. I don't think any of their players are gonna be ready yet. And I like the Raiders as well. They're gonna have the home crowd advantage, I believe, with the Oakland fans and the Rams fans kind of calling it a season, not showing up no more. Yeah, I mean, even though I would have, this was a couple weeks ago, I probably would have still picked the Rams even without Stafford. But because of the way the Raiders have kind of swayed me back on their side, I'm gonna ride them as well. I think they're just the better team coming into this game, and they at least have something to play for. Their playoff hopes are not dead yet, whereas the Rams, it's kind of hype up a team that's already knows that this season's done for, and Stafford might not play again for the rest of the season. Cup is definitely not playing again for the season. Like it's kind of hard to get right for that.
I like how you have to bring up Cooper Cup not playing for the season 3 times. I've been keeping count. But
That's the team. That's the
my
team.
my fantasy team, we're still number one in the league, and we haven't lost a game since he's been left. But it's like, damn, playoffs coming up, man. It'd be nice to have Cooper Cup to solidify that over there.
See, so I mean, we both on the Raiders. I have two props for this game. Two props. I'm going both running backs here. Cam Akers over 44.5 rushing yards. He had 2 touchdowns last week and 60 yards on like 14 carries. They don't have much to work with. And even though like Cam Akers wasn't working with them early in the season, I think they don't have many stars left. So they kind of have to give the ball to some of the better athletes on the team. And the Raiders don't have the best rush defense either. So I think over 44.5 for the guy who I think is going to get about 12 to 15 carries it's gonna work out well. And on the other side, I got Josh Jacobs I was gonna probably take over until I saw the number it was at. It was at 88.5 rushing yards. I'm taking the under, even though he's been coming off like a 200 yard, 120, and 100 and something, 150 yard performance. He had that earlier in the season as well, a 3-game stretch where he absolutely dominated, and then he followed up with a couple 50 and 40 and 60-yard games. And on a short week against a team that has only allows 96 yards per game on the ground, one of the better rush defenses, I just don't think he's going to hit 88.5.
Just straight running?
Straight running, yeah. I think 88.5 is, you just gotta have a good game, because you're putting at 88.5, you're basically banking that you're gonna have about 100 yards that game, and not every running back's gonna put up 90 yards worth of offense on a short week after coming off of 3 monster performances. It's time. Everyone's zigging. It's time to zag.
There it goes.
Yeah, but I don't think this game should be close. I mean, this is gonna be a short episode, and I think everyone knows why that's tuning in. It's the fucking Raiders against the beat up, broken Rams right now.
Yeah, tragic. It's really tragic over there in LA. But this Raiders team is showing promising. I feel like these teams are the same level, less than like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and we were saying the Raiders were dead also. But Josh Jacobs, this is going to be crazy if they still stink after the rest of the year, because Josh Jacobs could potentially end as the #1 running back in yardage. And Devontae Adams is, I know he's not Tyreek and Justin Jefferson numbers, but he's almost at 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Wow.
Like,
every 100 yards, you got a touchdown.
Yeah, so like they might have a top 5 receiver and a #1 running back, and they might only win like, they have to win this if they want to look good. But if they lose this game, it might be it for their season. As always, because we got some shit to do. So stay tuned with us. UFC 282 still coming out. Go check the Week 13 recap if you haven't already. And we still got some boxing to talk and UFC Orlando recaps that's coming out this week. But as always, we didn't mind letting you know if you didn't know. This is Paul Pico Winham Concha. That's Kev Waterboy Savoy. This has been Week 14, Thursday Night Football, where the Raiders go to LA to take on the Rams as their 6-point favorites. And as always, this has been Totally Blitz Podcast, you bitch.
Yeah.
Let them in, passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me, ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools, you can call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes, this ain't not new.